Everyone, so I just started my hike in the looking for that longest wall network I found from Google Earth. As I suspected, the walls here are very different from what you've seen so far. The geology here is very different. I don't think this is granite. It looks more like slate to me. As you can see, the stones used in this wall are very long and skinny. Big tablets of stone. And as I move further along, this wall I followed due west, and it'll hit a wall that goes about perfectly due north. And there you can see it snaking up the hill, those really long, thin tablets of stone. So that's just starting out, and we're going to continue on and see what we can find. Okay guys, we've hit our first wall checkpoint. So this wall is running almost perfectly north-south. So this is either the really long 2.5 mile wall, or it's part of the network. And if it's one of the earlier walls, it's going to shoot west in probably 10 or 15 minutes, and then that'll take me to the north-south really long wall. So let's see where this takes us. It's running parallel to a small brook. See you soon. So this is our first shot going west, trying to hit the 2.5 mile wall. I think this is the wrong wall. I think this is a wall that didn't show up on Google Maps. So I'll have to go back east and then follow the wall network north and then hit another west wall. But this wall is interesting because it actually, whoever built it made sure to keep it going across this river. Right at the river, you've got this nice big tablet boulder, and on it goes into the forest. So let's take a few more minutes to walk this, see if we can hit the big wall going north, and then we'll head back and try again. So right on cue, right when I was about to turn around past the river, we have our east-west wall. We were following it west, and just as I was about to turn around, it hits this intersection where it travels south and perfectly due north. So whoever built this 5 mile long network of walls basically made a 2.5 mile backbone going straight north through a significant Native American area. And now I'm going to follow this wall for an hour or two, and then I'll come back and hit another site. Here we go. Hey guys, so here I am. I found the 2.5 mile north-south wall connected to about 2.5 more miles of branching off east-west walls in an area of significance to Native Americans. I just wanted to show you this particular piece of the wall. Firstly, this huge tablet of rock. You can estimate how much this weighs back at the house, but it is sitting next to another tablet, which I'm going to show you now, which is balanced on 2 wedges of stone, just like I showed you on the hopping wall above the quarry on the mountain further north of here. So again, that's a design element and a use of large boulders of the same shape clustered together, showing that this is probably not just a random pile of rubble assembled. So there's tablet number 1, and here's tablet number 2. You can see it balanced on those 2 wedges of stone. This wall network, in my Facebook group, I showed 2 pictures of two boulders of quartz, one on the wall, one next to the wall. So Jordan Kurt's New England Megalithic Facebook group to see more pictures from the hike. There is a perch boulder up here. Definitely could be a glacial erratic, could be a random feature. And then just to talk about the farmers clearing fields theory. So one common idea is that these walls were the result of farmers clearing fields. I think the design element in the wall, like these tablets, so that's not true. But also look at the surrounding land. It's choked with boulders. There's no way this was a farmer's field at any time. And then think about the idea that this was used as a property marker. So this is a 2.5 mile long wall forked with another 2.5 miles of east-west walls. So it's not enclosing anything. I can definitely later go call the town and see if this was at any time, divvying up property, but I highly doubt it. I'll also be able to estimate how much total stone was used in this thing, and I think that'll dispel the idea that this is a colonial boundary marker. Anyway, I'm going to continue on my walk. It's a beautiful day. I got all my protective tick gear on, which is very important, and I'm beginning to think that bug spray is a conspiracy and it doesn't actually work because there are black flies all over my head. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll see what we find. Okay guys, so here we are. I've walked about half an hour along that north-south 2.5 mile wall, and as it was supposed to do, here it goes to the west, south, and it goes east and further north. And so naturally, as was planned, we're going to follow this north, and this is great sort of confirmation. All the walls are where they should be, so this is matching what I was seeing on Google Maps. Always nice to know everything is that I'm looking at walls on Google Earth and not just fallen trees. But there are a lot of fallen trees down here. First I thought this might have been from logging, but they're all very old and torn up from the roots. So looks like a storm blew through here at one point. And very interesting because just across the other side of the wall there really are no fallen trees in the same magnitude. So yeah, and actually on this quadrant too. It's really only on the northwest quadrant that you have all these fallen trees. So just a random observation. Let's keep going. Everyone, so here we are further along in my hike along the 2.5 mile big boy wall. And here's I call these gateways. It's just a random opening in the wall. This is not a path. It doesn't look like there's any sign of a path here ever at any point. Probably had spiritual significance to Native Americans. Just some structural features to point out. Look at this giant boulder right in, oops, let's not drop the camera, right in the gateway here. This nice one pressed up flat. And down south, we have a big, what looks like a piece of quartz, that white glowing one in the wall. Or it's just a big piece of granite with quartz in it. Here's the forest, very dense forest. No megaliths to report so far today. Some potential perched boulders with fill, but nothing, you know, that's going to make the cut. I know you guys have seen a lot of those, so I'm going to keep walking. Maybe another half hour, then head back and we'll go to a different site. See you soon. All right, we're nearing our turnaround point. There we have the wall. It ends momentarily right here. Beautiful little river here. And then it restarts on the other side and keeps on north. Hey guys, so I'm nearing the turnaround point in my hike. Should be hitting a trailhead in the next 15 to 20 minutes. And this wall, this 2.5 mile wall, has stopped and started on big boulders, stopped and started over rivers and brooks. The wall itself has had some big pieces of quartz in it, but nothing too significant. Lots of flies out today. This is the most significant piece of wall I found. Huge, huge tablets of rock. It looks like granite. I'll show you some up close, and we'll see what else we can find downrange. So let me show you some of these up close. All right, we'll start from left to right. So there you go, there's the wall traveling north. You can see big foundation blocks, these big tablet pieces of stone. So just imagine, if you will, you're a farmer clearing a field or a colonist making a boundary marker out in this wilderness. Are you finding these similarly shaped big tablet domino pieces of stone randomly and grouping them together? Nature doesn't distribute the same shape rock altogether. So these were either found randomly or they were carved into this shape, which is what I think is what's going on. So this is what I think our ancient megalithic civilization was doing, was actually carving rocks of the same shape and building walls out of them to be aesthetically pleasing. There you go, that big foundation tablet stone. Another 2 foundation stones. It looks like the same rock has been split in half. Really big pieces of granite. Then this big tablet down here at the front. And again, the wall is very long, but not super impressive in the south where it begins. But let's head up north, maybe 20 more minutes before we turn around and see if it gets any more impressive. And again, there's a big sort of what I call boomerang shaped base boulder, which I have seen in other walls in the area. So here we go, let's wrap this puppy up. Here we are towards the end of my hike along the big wall. Notice the very flat cut boulder. Many of these in the area. Very interesting. Check out this probably 70-foot drop off, sort of set of cliffs, and right at the edge of the cliff this wall starts. Big boulder there, and that travels west, and then that hooks up north to the big wall that goes into the Native American area. So that's very interesting. Someone built a wall right kind of flush with that cliff base right here, kind of reminiscent of that oval boulder sitting on the flat cut cliff face. All right guys, I'm about at the end of my hike and I've stumbled upon a wall network I didn't see on my way in. I just want to show you some features. Here it is, hopping up that wall. Notice the rock gets very flaky in this area, reflecting the bedrock. There's the hopping part. Looks like some park ranger spray painted red paint on there. The trees around here have these red dots. That's very common in the area. They seem to follow these walls through the forest and mark them at regular increments. And here it goes, continuing into the forest, and that'll take us back to my car, which I'm very thankful to see because I had been out here for about 6 or 7 hours, and I'm ready to see civilization and get some Italian food. And there you go. There's a big section of the wall, probably about 5.5 feet tall. There's a tablet in there, right there, with a little round boulder stuck in there. So this has been a good day. Very interesting wall network. No megaliths, but I'll see you next time. Bye.